Look, okay, no matter what story you have, whether it's for your dog, maybe it's about you drinking coffee, or maybe it's for the worst nightmare that you had last night, okay? It does not matter, right? I'm going to show you in this video why storytelling is actually simple and how you can connect any story that you have. It does not matter what story you have in any niche, in any industry. You don't even need to be a writer, right? How you can connect your stories to your offers simply, right? By using 3 bridges, right? And these 3 bridges will show you exactly how any story is going to connect to your offer, exactly with examples right now. I'm just going to show you right now. And it doesn't have to be more complicated than how most people make it to be, because most people think that storytelling that they see maybe on YouTube, maybe on Instagram, maybe on TikTok, right? The video storytelling that it includes production, the lighting, the editing, the vibe. They think that's the same storytelling that is applied on email. No, that's not true, okay? In email, it's actually different because you are not performing for your audience, but instead you're having a one-on-one conversation, okay? It's like you're talking to your friend, or it's like you're talking to a family member, okay? Your reader is not looking for a Hollywood movie, but they're looking for a connection. They're looking for a solution to a problem, or knowing exactly what you are going through, right? Like, it's a newsletter, right? So news now and then, right? They see you as an authority. They see you as someone that they can look up to. Now, here is what you have to understand, right? Whenever you're writing any story, right? If you have ever written any kind of story, you always have that awkward pivot, right? Whenever you write your story, maybe I was drinking coffee and I was thinking of you, blah, 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 blah. There's always that awkward pivot, like the mechanism, the gap that is in between, that it can, like, you cannot just break it so that you can connect it to your offer pretty well. So it becomes like, anyway, if you want more of this, buy my cars or stuff like that, right? So to avoid that, to remove that into your stories, like your storytelling emails, the 3 bridges, as I said, okay? And these 3 bridges, they close that bridge, right? They act as the mechanism to connect your story, whatever you have to say. If it's about your dog, it's about your morning, it's about your morning routine, it's about your breakfast or anything, to your offer exactly. Okay, and the first way to bridge a story is through a simple lesson. Now, this is the easiest one of all the 3 bridges, right? This is the easiest one, and you can actually replicate it very, very, very simple. Okay, so how it works is that every moment in your life has a takeaway, right? So you just have to name it for your reader. Like, think about a time that you failed at something, okay? Maybe you bombed in a sales call or missed the deadline. Tell that story, be honest with it, and then say, maybe this taught me X is more important than Y, right? So maybe X was more important than Y. And that one sentence is what bridges exactly your story to your offer. So it acts as your unique bridge to your offer, right? Now, how does this exactly work, right? So for example, you told your story, blah, 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 blah. Maybe I went on a sales call and it did not work, right? Or maybe I missed the deadline. And this taught me X is more important than Y. And then the next sentence will be like, okay, and this is exactly why I created, or this is exactly why I created this community where I help you exactly solve this problem before you miss a deadline, just like me maybe years ago, or just like me 5 months ago, and stuff like that, right? Or I made this maybe product to help you know exactly what you're going to know on the sales call, so that you won't bomb, or you won't fuck up on the sales call and stuff like that, right? So that exact sentence, saying a lesson or extracting a lesson from the story, right, is the main thing. So you can explain whatever. You can say maybe it's about a cup that you saw maybe that day, but what did the cup, what lesson did you extract from it? Maybe you read a book and you connected it to that cup and how it all resonated, and you start telling them, okay, now if you want me to help you do this, then this is exactly how, and you do not have to go through the tribulation and the pains and suffering and frustration so that you can get to your end goal, right? That's one, okay? The second bridge is compare and contrast. Now, how does this work? Now, this one is a bit different from the extracting of a lesson, right? And in compare and contrast, the thing here is that your brain, or the reader's brain, it acts like a comparison machine. So you are always looking at where you are right now to where you want to be, or where you were before, right? So it's the same thing, and your readers are doing the exact same thing, right? The comparison is always there, so you need to show them the contrast. Okay, tell a story about before, maybe the struggles, the mess that you went through, or the pain that you went through, or if it's not about you, maybe another client or viewers, right, that you helped. Okay, the struggles, the mess, the pain point that they went through, the frustration that they had before, and then show them the after, show them the dreams, show them the desire, what they want and need, show them the results, the peace, the success that that client of yours had, or what you had as a success. That will help you build the gap between the two, right? And this is exactly the mechanism that will take you from the story to whatever you have to offer, and tell them exactly, if you want to go from this struggle to you getting the exact same results that I got, right? Let's say maybe from going from 0 exactly to 10K per month, just the same as how I did, then this program will help you, show you exactly step by step on how to solve A, solve B, solve C, solve 3. You will all have your offers in there, and then boom, people will just fill it as the next step and they will opt into it. It's just that simple. Just imagine how simple this is. When you just show the contrast, and then the value of your offer becomes the next crystal clear step, right? This is the second step. Wait for the third one, okay? And the third one is the craziest of all, right? The third bridge, the metaphor, right? Now, this is my personal favorite because it's so actually powerful, okay? And it works all the time. Now, what do I mean, the metaphor, right? So a metaphor connects to your story, or connects your story to something that they already understand. Now, picture or take an example, something that your audience or your target audience already knows and understands, and they really grasp. Now, it can be maybe if they're a father or a mother, right? If they're parents by any sort, way, shape, or form, then they know that the complication of a child and stuff like that. So you can just put out an analogy or a metaphor that relates with the exact environment or what they do day to day, right? So for example, someone who is a Gen Z, they will use of TikTok, right? Or maybe watching cat videos or something like that, right? It's just an example. Don't take it too seriously, okay? So it makes the complex feel simple, okay? Just as how I explained, and it's something like this, okay? For example, I tell someone trying to grow your business without an email list, okay, is like trying to fill a bucket that has 10 holes in the bottom. Or maybe trying to run ads, okay, maybe with no clear strategy or with no clear plan, is like trying to fill a bucket that has 10 holes in the bottom, right? It helps you picture that. It brings some sort of picture into your brain, and now you understand exactly what he kind of means, okay? So you don't have to explain anything. Everything just explains itself. They see it, they understand it, right? Because of the picture or the language that you use, okay? It's a language picture, right? It's a picture language that they have to picture and they understand, okay? They feel the frustration behind it. They feel exactly what you're trying to show them, okay? So it makes your point impossible to ignore by any means, way, shape, or form, and it makes the transition to your solution, from your story to your solution or to your offer, feel like it's the next step, right? As I say. So I want you to realize something very important, okay? These three bridges, okay, they can bridge your story from any niche, any industry, whether you're a writer or not, right? Whether you have any experience or not, right? They can help you make the sell. Whether you're a fitness coach, whether you're a business consultant, whether you're a spiritual guide, whoever you are, right? It does not matter, because the human brain responds to stories the exact same way. Okay, it does not matter. It's like an open loop. People just want to know exactly how the story ended and what is the lesson behind it and stuff like that. So you can tell a story about your dog, your kids, your morning coffee, your nightmare that you had, your dreams that you had last night, okay, about whatever, maybe the nightmare that you had, anything, okay, and you can bridge it to your offer thanks to these three bridges, okay? The lesson, the compare and contrast, right? You compare two things like the before and after. And the third thing is the metaphor, using an analogy so that people can understand exactly what you mean, right? So storytelling isn't that complicated. It's just about the so what, right? Okay, you're telling me this story, so what? As long as your reader answers that question, like, so what? Okay, he's telling me this story because he or she wanted to me to extract this lesson and understand exactly where he's coming from. Then you will turn your everyday life, you will turn every email that you send into a money-making machine. So those are the three things, okay? Again, we will go through them: the lesson, the compare and contrast, the transformation, and the metaphor. Okay, so don't overthink your story. Just come up with something that you came up with. Is completely fine, okay? If you want to see exactly how I do this in every single day life, okay, you need to join my free newsletter, okay? It's actually free. You don't have to pay anything to be in there, okay? Join us and the hundreds of coaches who are in there, okay? It's called the Conversion Newsletter. Inside, I share the best story emails, right? The latest bridges, just like this one, hooks, hacks, right, about email marketing and stuff like that. The hooks that you can use in your emails, the CTAs that you can use in your emails, how do you structure your emails and stuff like that, and the full sales framework on how you're going to take your emails from from taking your audience from saying no to saying yes. Okay, so it's completely for free. I share there every detail that I'm not sharing into this YouTube channel. So the link is in the description. Check it out. If you want to go deeper and make this skill really great, then I would love to see you inside, okay? All in all, please subscribe, hit the like button if you find this very helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Help me keep making these videos because I upload every day. So hit the like button, please, Abby, please. Bye. See you in the next one. Peace.